This week in the Crew Motorfest, there is so much going on. They have discounted so much stuff. There's boosts, there's rewards. Obviously, first and foremost, we have the Born in the USA Summit. This summit has, of course, the usual events, the usual rewards in the progression of it. The cars that you need are the Mustang Dark Horse, the Ford Focus RS, and the Chevrolet Camaro RS in Street 1. And this will get you the Patriot Line tires, a couple of other rewards, and the Shelby GT500 Road Force 1 Edition, which I seem to have all the customizations from the Crew 2 still on this car. Look, it might be the iconic customizations for it. I don't want it. I'd rather make this thing look actually cool. It's a custom body kitted Ford Mustang Shelby GT, whatever. Specifically, a hell yeah American one that was released on, I want to say Independence Day, one of the Independence Days in the Crew 2. And it was actually leaked for a little bit and ended up being like the rarest car in the Crew 2 for a hot minute. Ooh, I like the look of that. That looks like a more tame version. Also, what is this fitment? Why are the wheels... maybe the fitment isn't as bad as it looks. Maybe those tires just look really... yeah. Okay. I was still using smooth stretch asphalt tires. That should tell you how much I have not touched this car since the Crew 2, because those were the best tires in the game to use in the Crew 2 and the Crew 2 only. That's a lot nicer. In fact, maybe I want those wheels tucked in even a little bit more. As far as free cars from getting gold go, this is actually one of the better ones. And these are the tires that you get, I'm fairly certain. Was it these or was it these? It's one of these two sets of tires. The very, again, hell yeah, brother, American tires that I don't actually think look any good. I'd rather go with, like, some more realistic tires like these, yeah. I'm gonna go with the basic NOS, no underglow, although we do have some American underglows. I'm gonna go no window tint. We'll go Trap Spangled Banner. Ooh, engine swap? Let's give it, I guess we'll give it just a little bit extra. High time, sure. Nothing on the roof. And we'll keep the hell yeah, brother, in the interior. Ooh! Oh, not too bad at all. Ooh, it's got the supercharger wine and everything. Gorgeous. We're not just done talking about the summit as well, because the summit this week also, you can finally see the rewards of the Midnight Millionaires week. I didn't check this before. I'm fairly certain we haven't been able to see all of them before. We got the Night Shift Smoke, which is whatever. But obviously, the real star of the show here is the Motorsport Styling Package Star Pattern, which people obviously have some very strong opinions about how it's just a livery. I do worry it is just a livery. No, I can't really. But it comes out on my birthday, so, you know, who am I gonna... Well, it starts a day before my birthday, and it's for New Year's, which is the day of my birthday, so, you know, I can't be too upset about it. Next on the roster of brand new things, this week in the main stage, American Street, Drag, and Hypercars are boosted. So, if you use the Sidwaj method of playing the custom mode, where you only play the custom mode that's the current week's theme, which, let me tell you, it's the best way to not get bored of the custom mode while doing the custom mode, and also limits how much you end up playing every week, which is probably a better way to enjoy the game. Well, this is a rare week because dragsters aren't often in the custom mode. So, the Made in Japan event in drag you can do finally, the American Muscle event in drag, is there any other drag events in game? That's it, right? Gosh, drag is such a neglected spec. Wow. Okay, but I guess the rest of it just do the street and hypercars. That's okay. Well, at least you get those two events done if you use the Sidwaj method of custom mode. But what you also want to do is use that main stage configuration in the American Muscle playlist, because this playlist already is 50% boosted on XP and bucks, meaning an event like Detroit Finisher that would normally give you 22,000 is instead giving 33,000 28,000, as well as the XP being boosted. If you use that, combined with an on top of that XP boosted vehicle, like an American street or hypercar, well, let's see how much we make. Ooh, there's some cool cars in the configuration for this. We got the Camaro, then the Camaro Rift. We got the Corvette Donut Meteor, specifically the Donut one. We got the Charger Red Eye. Come on, get a good bounce. That was a bad bounce. Okay. And we got the base Corvette. We got the Shelby. We got the Dodge Viper that we race in the Summit. Ooh, I'm a fan of this. The car sounds cool. It's the American playlist, so they're already built for American cars. Who are we racing? Smokey, Boris, Dominic, Alexander, Laka, Kamehameha, and Kappa. What names are those? Because half of those sound like unique names, but then most of those just sound like crew home brand names. Ooh, don't go too wide. Nice. Bro, I'm actually being gapped on hardest difficulty right now by the same car as I'm in, so clearly this thing's just really good. And the Corvette. Come on. Hit a good bounce this time. Hit a good bounce. No. Go too wide. No. Okay, we have one more lap to hit a perfect bounce. Smokey, out the way. Aren't you supposed to be like a Chevy pickup truck anyway, Smokey? Bro, that Corvette is fast. How's like the Donut Meteor one not up here if this one's gapping me so hard? Get out of the way. On your inside. Nice. Hold. Ooh, I need to stop nitrosing while I'm turning. It makes the car so unstable. Okay, lock in. Lock in. If I don't, Smokey will catch. Lock in. Hit the perfect bounce. No! Wait, land it! No! It was almost so cool. I almost landed it. No! It would have been absolute cinema. No! Alright, well, I gotta catch Boris. Why? I just need to not be overtaken by Dominic. So, I'm still making, you know, the actual money that I'm supposed to this race. Bro, I was so close. It was such a cinematic jump. Yeah, on your inside, Boris. Out of the way. Yep. Okay, nope. He is gonna go... Oh, never mind. He doesn't know how to drive. He definitely should have overtaken that. And we lost to Smokey, all because of 3 bad bounces. Criminal. Frankly, criminal. Bearing in mind, I wasn't using any boosted parts. The parts I was using were all just nitrous parts. We made, how much? 28,000 XP with, 45% boost from the main stage. XP, difficulty, all of that, plus 50, all, of course, boosted. Of course, if you want specifically Bucks or XP, though, you gotta use a magnet set, or you gotta use the, what's the Bucks one even called? It's just called, like, Bucks Boost or something like that, right? There it is, a Bucks set. This would make you a whole lot more money. The Grand Race configuration this time around is, of course, American Street Drag Hypers. By the way, to circle back to the playlist boosted quick, I'm glad they're doing this so often. I don't know if I've seen a week in a while where a playlist hasn't been boosted. And that's really cool to me. I'm really glad they're doing that because, like, it just feels like there's something different every single week you go on to do, right? But one of the big things we have to talk about is the holiday sales. This week, so much stuff is boosted. We got Winter Treasure Hunt. Just like they've done before, you can get free vanity items just by opening live reward crates. So if I right now look around, I know some spots for reward crates. Not one there. Really, you just look up the locations. If I remember, I'll put the website link in the description. There's a website that has all the live reward locations. And if you just go and check them, like on the map, if the live reward's gonna be there, it will have loaded on the map. Oh, just like that. I zoom in and boom, there it was. And when you go and collect these, if it's gonna let me, oh, it didn't, now it should, and so when you collect live rewards like that, starting next week, December 24th, you'll get the chance to win these 4 vanity items for free. Now, I actually don't think I have Xmas Nitro, so I actually quite look forward to these. Red Tire, Cloud Tint, Christmas Party Smoke, and Xmas Nitro. Well, it is from the Crew 2, it looks like, so maybe I do own it already. But this happens next week for 2 weeks, the Christmas week and the New Year's week. Starting December 24th, getting live rewards just like I did. Oh, I keep calling them live rewards because I'm an ancient grandpa. They're called, what, treasure now? Treasure boxes. The Grand Race is also going to be boosted during that time with 50% boosted XP and bucks and all of that stuff. Vanities, we're increasing the number of vanities available in the weekly rotation from the usual amount of 8. We're increasing it to 12. So this week there's 12 vanities. Next week there'll be 12 vanities. The week after that there will be 12 vanities. Then again, in my humble opinion, I'm not a fan of the vehicle vanity store. I think every vanity you can buy should be in here. And then the weekly vanities that are at the top should just be discounted every week. In my opinion. But, you know, you'd have to let Ivory Tower know if you agree with that. How do 3 bundles in 1 sound for the holidays? You're in luck. So these are the custom bundles that they drop here and there. You know, it'll be a car with some vanities customized in a particular way. These are the welcome bundles that are being combined together. You got the Jaguar, you got the Yellow Line, you got the Yellow Master, you got the Expo. All of these things you can get together, and they'll be discounted, I imagine, was 260k, now is 180. Now that we're getting into the crew credit discounts, I should remind you, hashtag ad technically, that you can use code SIDWAJ. If you are buying stuff on the Ubisoft Connect store on PC, be that crew credits, be that whatever it may be, anything that costs you money on the Ubisoft Connect store, I've got what is essentially a creator code. So, use code SIDWAJ at checkout. It'll be no extra cost to you, but it'll support me. Back to the discounts. Speaking of, we then have catalog sales. Now, this is a little bit of a shame because it's not the buck amounts that are discounted by the looks of it. For most of them. The Rimac Navira, it's the crew credits, same with the Senna, same with the Veyron Barchetta, which they're only being discounted for the crew credit amounts, but that means that if you are buying them on that discount with the real money currency crew credits, then you can use code SIDWAJ. But then there's CC and Buck discounts, and these discounts are crazy. The Dodge Demon Interception unit, the police car, goes from 930k bucks to 651. The Zenvo goes from 1.2 million to 800k. So the Zenvo is actually worth less than what the police street car was before the discount. Next week, we got another batch of crazy cars. We got the La Voiture Noire being discounted, the AMG 1, the McLaren Elva, but obviously all of those are crew credit only discounts, so use code SIDWAJ. Then we got CC and Bucks, the Lotus Evija for it was 2 mil, now 1.45. The Ivory Tower Asus Racing version was 1.1, now it's 784. Then, on the final week, we got the Bolide, we got the Jesko, we got the McLaren 720S, or crew credit, the Hyperion XP1, and the Lykan Hypersport, buck discounted from 1.9 to 1.37, to 2 mil, from 2 mil to 1.412. We got more bundles returning, which I don't care much about. You might, like, there they are. If you want any of the vanities listed, sure, I guess. And that's all the stuff they're doing this week and the next few weeks in the crew. Of course, the this week stuff is in the bone in the USA week, then the Merry Motorfest week next week, which we can see doesn't have many extra boosts, but is also a very, very heavily loaned summit, meaning you don't have to buy many cars. You'll still have to buy the Porsche GT3 RS and the McLaren. Okay, no, you still have to buy a lot, but because it's loaned, it'll be a really unique summit. I mean, look at the background. This seems to be another summit where they've actually uniquely designed assets and stuff for it, so I'm really looking forward to that one. That's next week. Anything that I said was next week is that week. And then the New Year's week, starting a day before my birthday, is the Midnight Millionaires week, where a lot of other stuff is coming, as well as the rare Mercedes AMG 1 Motorsports Styling Package Star Pattern. There we go. I will see you boys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. That's going to be about it from me in a